Welcome to Specifics. I have put together a short routine of specifics exercises that concentrate on the knee joint. It is very important that these exercises are done correctly, and so following on from my demonstration of the routine, you will find detailed instructions of the exercises. Okay, let's begin. So the first one, you have your legs apart. Now it doesn't matter how wide you have them. You can have them there, you can have them there, you can have them there. Comfortable for you. Make sure your weight is forward, pushing down, hands in the middle. Stretch your legs. Now make your heels stay where they are. And we're going to lift up, bend and stretch. And bend and stretch. So 1, stretch, 2, stretch, 3, stretch, 4, stretch, 5, stretch, 6, stretch, 7, stretch, 8, stretch, 9, stretch, 10, stretch, 11, stretch, 12, stretch, 13, stretch, 14, stretch, 15, stretch, 16, stretch, 17, stretch, 18, stretch, 19, stretch, 20, stretch. Now you're going to alternate. So lift one up and change, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, now we bring the legs together. We lean back, have the legs slightly apart so they're opposite feet, opposite the hip. And we're going to raise one leg, punch, rotate the thigh, bring it back, place it down. Then the other one, lift, punch, rotate, back and down. 10. Lift, punch, rotate, bring it back and down. 2, punch, rotate, bring it back, down. 3, punch, rotate, back, down. 4, punch, back and down. 5, punch, rotate, back and down. 6, punch, rotate, back and down. 7, punch, rotate, back, down. 8, punch, rotate, back, down. 9, punch, rotate, back, down. And 10, punch, rotate, back and down. And the third exercise, get your support, lift yourselves up, hold on to your support with both hands, and you're going to raise yourself up. I'm going to turn so that you can see what you're doing. You're going to go up onto your toes, put your heels together comfortably. Now we're going to bend down. We're going to open the knees and go down until you get the ouch on your thigh, and then you slowly bring yourself back up again. So 1 and up, and 2 and up, and 3 and up, and 4 and up, and 5 and up, 6 and up, and 7 up, 8 up, 9 up, and 10 and up. All right. Now remember, practice your specifics every day and eventually your problem will go away. Okay, now we're into exercise 17 of the floor routine. And just to show you your correct position for sitting again, Again, it's this, your legs are going to be apart, but what I want to show you is, again, your back. I don't want people pushing back on the lower back. You've got to learn to push that lower back forward. And your hands are going to be forward as well. So, turning around to face you. There we have the legs apart. And what you've got to be very careful of is not to overstretch on the inner thigh. You have your legs in a position whereby you don't feel any overstretching. So if you feel with your legs out to here, overstretching there, you bring your legs closer together. It's not important to have them flash out to the sides, wherever is comfortable for you. Okay, the other important thing is your legs must roll backwards, so your knees point backwards, not up to the ceiling, not forwards. You've got to turn the leg out. So everything is rolling backwards. Hands in front. Now where your heels are, point your feet, and where your heels are is where they stay. They mustn't move from that position. We're going to bend the feet up, let the knees bend, and feel the pulling in the hip. And then we stretch again, and when we stretch, push the knees down so that the heels come off the floor, and that's a full stretch of the leg. We again let the heels come down, feet turn up, knees turn up, and push, and up, and push. Now you are going to feel pain in your hip joint. That's where the ache is going to be, not pain, it's ache. And it's those who've never done this exercise before who will feel it the worst. I don't feel it, I've done it for years. But that's where most of the work is happening, and that's what we're concentrating on. We're actually pulling in within the hip joint to draw the legs up and then stretch them. Draw the legs up and stretch them. Now we do 10, so it's 1 and point, and 2 and point. Then we go on to the next alternate movement. So we're going to pull one up, but this time your heels stay where they are, they don't lift. They are glued to the floor. So we pull up and then we change. So the other one pulls up and that one stretches. But you don't have to do a powerful stretch. It's just a normal stretch. Keep the heel glued. So it's change and change and change and change and change. And you do 20 in total. Okay, now we're on to exercise 14 of the floor routine. Starting position. I'm just going to show the sideways movement so that you can get the right position. Again, push in your lower back so that you get the right angle, but this time we're going to take our body back and lean on the arms. So you're not forward, you're actually leaning back, but you're pushing your chest up. So you're not curved down, you're pushing up. Shoulder blades into the spine. Alright, so that's your starting position. I'll now show you face on what we're going to do. We're going to work on the sartorius muscle. Now this is the muscle that runs from the inside of the knee across the thigh to the outside of the hip. And it's the longest muscle in your body, which is a little bit of information for you, but it is also very important for the support of the knee joint. And so if you have knee problems, this is an excellent exercise to do to tighten up and firm up the knee joint. Right, so we get ourselves into position. We're going to lift the leg just off the floor, and you've got to make sure that you're really pulling up on your quadricep. You're then going to punch with your heel, pulling your foot up so that you're really straightening that leg. Extra effort to pull the kneecap up and straighten the leg. We then rotate the thigh outwards. Don't think of your foot, think of your thigh, making the knee point out to the side. You then bring it back up straight again so that the knee points up to the ceiling, and then you let everything relax. We then do the left leg, the other leg. Lift the leg, punch it straight, really pull that kneecap up, tighten those thighs. Now rotate the thigh out, kneecap pointing out to the side. You then bring it back straight, kneecap up to the ceiling, and relax down. Very slow, very controlled. So it's lift, punch, rotate out, rotate back, lower it down. Other leg, lift, punch it straight, rotate out, rotate back, and relax. And you do 5 on each leg, so that's 10 in total. Warm-up exercise 4. Again, you need your support, both hands on whatever you're using as your support. To demonstrate, same position, good posture, V shape with your feet, squeeze the legs, and it's very important to keep that bum gripped all the time. This time we're going to rise up onto our toes, pushing the heels forward, making sure the weight is on the big toe. You're then going to draw your feet together so your heels are touching and pushing against each other. Now we're going to bend down. And what's important is you keep your tail tucked under, you keep your buttocks gripped. So we're going to open the knees bending, pushing the heels against each other, keeping that tail tucked under. You go as far as you can until you get the ouch on your thigh. As soon as you get that, you can draw yourself slowly back up again. What's important is that you don't go down sticking your bum out. That is completely wrong and won't do you any good at all. You just come back up again. I want to keep that tail tucked under so that you go down, keeping your tail tucked under. And then you come back up again. Using your breath, still up on your toes, so we'll make the exercise easier for you. You take a deep breath in, breathe out. Now you're going to breathe in as you go down. And breathe out as you come up. And you do that 10 times.